Hi, welcome back to Better You. I'm your host, Cynthia Thompson. Do I have a treat for you? I have someone with me today that knows any and everything about Star Wars. And he brought a couple of friends with him, too. But I want to introduce you to him first. His name is Tom Gardner.
How you doing, guys?
Thank you for joining me today, Tom.
Pleasure is mine. I wouldn't say I'm an expert or that far, type deal. I know my way around the galaxy far away, but I know there's some people out there that could probably trump me in that.
So this organization that you're a part of, what is it called again?
Well, as the organization as a whole, worldwide, is called the 501st Legion, which is over 47 countries. We've had over 10,000 people in the group, but the local chapter or the local group is called the Carolina Garrison, which the boundaries are for North and South Carolina, and we actually have about an average of 100 active members. It fluctuates, but yeah. And it's pretty amazing because this group this entity actually started out by one man, or actually two guys in Columbia, South Carolina. But it spread like wildfire.
I bet so.
It did. I mean, and it just came out of Albin Johnson's brain one day and just said, hey, I'd like to wear stormtrooper armor, and next thing you know, there's 10,000 people wearing plastic. Thank you, Albin. Thank you. I'm one of them. So, but yeah, and the 501st basically started out as just a costuming group. We've done exponentially a lot of different charity work for different, like Make-A-Wish, St. Jude's, any disease research, fundraising. And we've done a lot of good things with plastics. So to speak.
So let's back up a little bit. What if I want to become a member of this organization? What do I need to do?
Well, first off, you would have to be 18 years of age to be a part of the 501st Legion. We do have a younger group, or for younger people, called the Galactic Academy, that anybody 17 years of age or younger can, join or be a part of. But to actually be a part of this group, the actual 501st Legion, you have to have a costume and be age 18. We do have standards to our costumes now. That's one reason why LFL or Lucasfilms Limited, now Disney, we're the go-to for them. So.
Let's talk a little bit about Star Wars. Most everybody has seen a Star Wars movie because they're on regular TV now, so you don't have to necessarily see them in the theaters. Can you tell me a little bit about the real story of Star Wars?
I think the real story of Star Wars, George Lucas, when he was looking to write this, he was looking for archetypes, and it's basically good versus evil. It's that classic, farm boy wanting to travel off to adventures. He wanted to bring back that cinema that he grew up with, and I think he captured in an iconic vision that everybody sees, that enjoys. It's not just sci-fi, it's an adventure. So,
I was telling a friend that you were coming on my show, and he said, Star Wars is really a sci-fi Western. I was like, really? You see it that way? Is that the case?
Well, George Lucas did encompass a little bit of sci-fi. He encompassed, the swashbuckling from the 30s. Anything that he grew up with. It was Flash Gordon. It was, the pirates, the westerns. Anything that he felt that had that adventure quality, he took a little bit of. So. But yeah. Your friend was a little bit right. So, if you look at Han Solo, he was very much a cowboy. He had his gun slung to the low and ready to shoot at the moment's notice.
So right now, Star Wars is owned by Walt Disney. How does that impact the way the story is going to unfold in the future?
I think it's going to be a remarkable thing for the franchise, and nothing against George Lucas, but he does still own. He's on the board of Disney, so he didn't let the reins.
Just give it away.
He was a smart man. The man, George Lucas, is a very shrewd businessman. So, and I think if you look at some of the other franchises that, like Marvel, that Disney does own. Pixar. They've done remarkable with that, and I think that we'll see probably something that will go to the next level. I don't think that unfortunately, I think there was a lot of people that thought it was going to be kiddified, and I think that they're going to amp it up a little bit. I think it's going to be still for the children, or for children of all ages.
And so you think that the story that in the future tell more about the Princess Leia or Luke Skywalker or all of them?
There's a speculation on that. I mean, there's websites that people daily post what they think is going to happen. Until Lucasfilms puts something out in a trailer or makes some type of notice of what it's going to be, we have no clue. But it's Star Wars, and we're going to enjoy it.
We will enjoy it no matter what they put out, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So,
one last question before we go to commercial break. I heard that there's a Star Wars Day. Is that really true?
There is one. It's actually called May the 4th Be With You, which is actually a play on May the Force be with you. And a lot of people have made that kind of an unnational or a holiday in itself, just celebrating Star Wars. There'll be Star Wars parties. The 501st is always, there. I mean, people are asking us to do great big events for them and everything, not just locally, but worldwide. So, yeah. It's pretty amazing that one little thing has become that. And there's also, the next day is called Revenge of the 5th. And usually this past year, we were doing there's called Free Comic Book Day, which actually helps kids or kids of all ages, get into reading. It doesn't have to be, the typical thick book or something, but something that gets kids' imaginations and wanting to stamp out a literacy. That's one way, is the Free Comic Book Day, which usually falls right before this past year. It actually fell right on the same day, so they were like parties / Free Comic Book Day happening at the same time.
Tom, let's take a short break because you've mentioned a couple of things that you're doing. We're going to talk more about that, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Es una aventura esperando convertirse en realidad. Visita nuevos mundos. Encuentra nuevos amigos. Y descubre el poder de la lectura. Visita read.gov y lee The Princess of Mars, la primera novela que presenta a John Carter. Un mundo nuevo te espera. Lee.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Okay. I'm a mommy. I love kids. I'm responsible, loving, nurturing. Mama's gonna be right back. Mama's coming, baby! Gotcha! Huh? What did I just tell you, kids?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
Charlotte Rescue Mission is a nonprofit, faith-based Christian organization designed to help homeless and addicted men and women. We provide our clients food, shelter, and clothing free of charge. These men and women are facing a crisis of addiction and a life lived on the streets. We're looking for volunteers to join our team at Charlotte Rescue Mission. For more information how you can help us, contact us at 704-333-HOPE or visit us on the web, charlotterescuemission.org.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Come here.
I love you, Dad.
That's low. That's low.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
With Tom, and Tom is educating me about Star Wars. I loved the films when they came out when I was just a little girl. I went to the theaters to watch them, and I cannot wait to see what Walt Disney is going to do. But your group that's here in the Carolinas, you do more than just dress up in costumes and have fun with your friends. You do things to help other people and to make them feel good. What are some of the things that your group does?
Well, we actually do a lot of fundraising. We do hospital visits. We do walks for life. Anything that we can pay it forward to different organizations. I mean, we are all volunteer group, not just the Carolina Garrison, but the 501st Legion. I mean, 10,000. We've had 10,000 people worldwide, but each one of us, goes out there pretty much to help something, pay it forward most of the time. So it's a remarkable thing.
What are some of the charities that you work with?
Well, Make-A-Wish is one of the largest ones. St. Jude's, Ronald McDonald House, Cancer Society of America. This is what I'm just saying locally, but I mean, there's any type of disease research, fundraising. We do a Victory Junction gang visit about every quarter. And like I said, hospital visits, Toys for Tots. I mean, anytime that you see us, a lot of people, like you said, think that we're just a bunch of geeks, nerds, wearing plastic or their Star Wars, playing video games in their parents' basement. And we've got all walks of life in our group. We've got white collars, blue collars. We've got people that are ex-military, still military, people in school, moms, all walks of life. So,
the whole time we've been sitting here talking, Tom, we have a young lady that's visiting with us that's been kind of hovering over us and talking to us. Who is this?
This young lady right over here is R2-KT.
And R2-KT, I don't remember her being in the Star Wars movie.
Well, actually, she was never in one of the Star Wars movies. We're hoping if we can get Disney to actually have her a little cameo, we would love that. So, but so
how did she come to be?
Well, R2-KT is actually a the droid was made for Katie Johnson.
Uh-huh.
And there's a whole group called the R2 Builders Club. Uh-huh. And they actually, before she was totally built, the gentleman, well, let me backtrack. Alvin Johnson's daughter, Katie Johnson, was diagnosed with a terminal brain tumor. Oh. I don't know the exact, or I probably couldn't pronounce the exact medical term. He does every time, and I look at him, I said, that's a tongue twister for me. But Katie, while she was sick, her older sister, Allie, wanted her to have a droid to watch over her while she was in the hospital. Kind of like episode 2 when Padme was asleep and R2 was watching over. Same thing. And the pink was her favorite color, so the R2 Builders Club actually painted her pink. And if you look at the very back, and I know you'll probably see later, that it's in loving memory of, because Katie did die or did pass away at age, I think, 7. And but she is one of a kind. There'll never be another pink droid out there. But thanks to the R2 Builders Club, we have loving memory of Katie as always. Yeah. And she is a spokesperson for Make-A-Wish, because Katie was Make-A-Wish child. And she's a diva in itself.
I see. She wants to be on stage with us. So when you bring her around, the kids, they just love her, I bet.
Oh, absolutely. And there's all ages just love her. They just melt. And she's a sweet droid sometimes until she gets a little mouthy like right now.
I want to ask you just one last question.
Okay.
What do you get out of being a part of this organization?
Well, there's many of things that I get out of it. For one thing, I was a Star Wars fan from, I guess, little kid. My parents taking me to see the movies, buying the toys and everything. And I grew up always loving Star Wars. I backed into this thinking, wow, this club that is over 10,000 members, and it started in my backyard in Columbia, South Carolina. So, I mean, Alvin Johnson and his buddy Tom Cruise just came out of nowhere, wanted to go to see the movie, the special editions, and all of a sudden, there you go, they're wearing armor. They wanted to wear their plastic stormtroopers. Next thing you know, there's the 501st Legion. But for me personally, I love going to see these children, pay it forward. Possibly if we can do charity work, I'm always there for that. But it's Star Wars, and I love it too. So, and the camaraderie that I get out of the group.
You've mentioned a few times that you all dress up as the characters. Would you be willing to come back with some of the characters?
I think we could.
You could?
I think we could.
Who will you bring?
I'll try to bring some of the iconic characters that we've got. I think she'll be coming back as well. So.
You must bring her.
Absolutely. We'll see. I'll try to bring even one of the Galactic Academy children too. As well, so.
Tom, I want to thank you again for being on my show. I've learned so much about Star Wars.
Well, thank you.
And the things that you do, and I think you all are doing great work.
Well, I do appreciate that. I know everybody in the Carolina Garrison and in the 501st does thank you for that as well. So,
and thank you again.
Thank you.
But you've got to come back.
Absolutely.
With your friends.
With our friends in our costumes.
Yes. And I want to thank each and every one of you for watching my show, Bedroom, on Public Access 21, every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry that it was so